Hello everyone, I'm down here in Mar-A-Lago and I'm going to be interviewing our real President Donald J. Trump. This is very exciting for me. I've got a lot of questions I wrote that I don't believe he's been asked. Some of them I know he hasn't been asked, and I'm very excited to see that we can all share and hear some of the things that the questions that all of you out there wanted to hear when we asked you all what would you like to hear in this interview. And so is running the country, was it what you expected it to be? Was it like when you were running your business?
Donald, when you talk about like power and stuff like that, what's more like powerful to you, being president or being a multi-billionaire, like owning real estate?
I just want to know personally, as a dad, as a father, as a family man, how are you and the family doing? I mean, how are you and the family doing?
Everyone wants to hear, how are you doing?
Donald, what's your handicap right now in golf?
If you could use one club to play a round of golf, what club would that be?
My question for you, sir, is from where do you get your strength?
Where do you draw your strength from?
Where do you get the emotional strength from?
And by the way, I do want to say you look good.
Looks great.
You look great.
You're looking fit. You're fit. You're looking fit.
You look well.
I want to talk about your book, this new book, Letters to Trump.
Here's the book, Letters to Trump. Beautiful book.
Bookstores everywhere.
The letters are fascinating. Politicians, world leaders, and so forth.
Letters from Reagan, Kennedy.
I have a letter from Andrew Lloyd Webber. I got to know Andrew Lloyd Webber, and I knew him before he got married, after he got married. He lived in Trump Tower with Sarah Brightman was his wife. Different than your relationship with your beautiful wife. They fought. Andrew Lloyd Webber writing me a letter. Donald, I'm opening a new musical. He writes me a letter. I'm opening up a new musical in New York. It's called Phantom of the Opera. We're having opening night. I look at this beautiful letter I get from Andrew Lloyd Webber, who was big before Phantom, but nothing like Phantom. And he did Jesus Christ Superstar, which was another great one. He did a lot of great things. Phantom was one of the greatest. I'm a big fan of Phantom. I mean, I have a letter from Andrew Lloyd Webber. This beautiful letter I get from Andrew Lloyd Webber writing me a letter. So he writes me a letter. I'm opening up a new musical. Andrew Lloyd Webber saying, I'd love you to come to Phantom of the Opera. Andrew Lloyd Webber writing me a letter. It's Andrew Lloyd Webber. He wrote me a letter. But it was an interesting letter because it's sort of like I'm opening a musical. He wrote me a letter and it's, dear Donald, essentially saying, I'm opening a new musical in New York. It's called Phantom of the Opera. I think it might be good. Would you like to come? I said, yeah, I'd like to go. I'm opening up a musical called The Phantom of the Opera. And I said, oh, it's called Phantom of the Opera. We're having opening night in a month or whatever it was. And I'm saying to myself, all right, it's a musical. It's called Phantom of the Opera. A musical called Phantom of the Opera. Called Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. Phantom of the Opera.
I'm opening up a new musical. I'm opening a show in a month or whatever it was. And I'd love you to go. Because he lived in the building at Trump Tower, he knew me a little bit. I think it might be good. Would you like to come? I said, yeah, I'd like to go. And it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, and I said, okay, I'll go. I say on the letter, okay, I'll go. I'd love you to go. And I say, okay. And anyway, we went. And I went, I heard the music, I said, that's phenomenal. And then I went and I heard the sound, I said, that's unbelievable. You go there and it's opening night for one of the most successful musicals ever. By the time we had intermission, it was like, I said, this thing is incredible. I go in and I see this music. I said, this thing is unbelievable. It didn't take long because the music is so good. The musical was like the Phantom of the Opera, and it was sort of amazing. And it opens with the chandelier and this. You've been there, right? With the gondolas and the candles and the whole thing coming out and the great music.
First time I saw it shocks you when the chandelier drops.
No, but the whole thing was
the whole
great.
magnificent.
It was a great, great musical. He said, but I'm opening a musical called Phantom of the Opera. And I'm saying to myself, all right, now, okay. We play a lot of that music. It's great. Everybody likes it. I'm a big fan of Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to return to Mar-A-Lago in just a moment. Thank you so much.